I'm recording. Yay, I didn't click on it. Are we all ready for the piss rat? I will be unhappy. I don't need to spend like 100 hours on Route 1 for a bird. Ain't nobody doing this but me. Mr. Bird, please. I want off of Route 1 or even better, Miss Bird. I don't know why. I like having female Pokemon. If you were to get a shiny female Nidoran, would that be good enough or no? Well, first of all, if I got that in Fire Red, which would be a 1% on that route, I think I would cry. It would not be good enough. I need the male one. They're very different to me. Because Nidoqueen is fine, but I love Nidoking. Sorry to Nidoqueen. Also, I think the shiny's kind of ugly, but I also don't care for the color green. Also, hi everyone. Oh yeah, I added a bunch of songs to the playlist, and most of them are from Kirby's Epic Yarn. I don't know what possessed me, but I'm like, wait a minute, I like that game. Let me listen to the soundtrack, and it's like, oh, all of them are good. All the songs are good. Nidoking female, kindly, honestly, good for her. Kirby, Nidoking is cooler. I hate to say it, but you're right. It is interesting that they gave the big lizard rabbit titties. Why did they do that? Not that having titties is bad. It's just having a dinosaur adjacent creature with titties feels weird. It's like if you give a snake furry titties. Like, snakes don't have those. But you could do whatever you want, I guess. You know why they did that? I do know why they did that. It's their way of saying, hey, look, this is the girl one. You can tell because it had girl traits. And you can tell this one is male because it has animal traits. And isn't that just how it works? Good old stupid fake sexual dimorphism in fantasy species. I say that, but I like female Meowstic. It is the better Meowstic. I like female Indeedee, but I like both of them. Like, that's not how things work. Something troll, orc, demon. They actually bother to give interesting proportions and design elements to masculine male members of a species, and then all the women are just like, that's a human woman, but she has a tail and some cat ears. You gotta commit. Make that woman a full-on cat girl. Bird soon, I believe. Please. I was gonna say maybe we'll get to 6K tonight, but that's probably unrealistic just based on that I get like 200 and some change per hour. What would, do you think if the first Pokemon game had color, do you think they still would have given Nidoqueen boobs, or do you think they just would have made her pink? Well, I don't think they would have made her pink because she's still blue. You can see one of my friends playing Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Well, the women of a species are just beasts as well. That's what I was trying to communicate. Is being like you gotta commit. You can't give only half of the people of your species like all these cool, interesting traits and then just strip all of the interesting species-based features away just because they have to, or they're women, so they have to be hot women. Conventionally attractive hot women. You're cowards, actually. Just so we're clear, not saying that it would make them not hot, but from a boring designer perspective, that would be the case. Anyways, also, if we were talking about the shiny for Nidoqueen, Well, if they were picking the colors, then yeah, it probably would have been pink, but I think the reason why shinies are like that is that pre-Gen 6, I believe, they just shifted the color values on them, which is why some of them end up looking odd and why there's a lot of green. There's a lot of green. This is exactly why I try to make my femOCs more beast and less conventionally attractive. Absolutely fucking based. Everyone get more creative now. And then lightning shoots out from my fingertips. Meow. Fuck. Make them cringe fail. Sorry if I'm gonna be a little lower energy today. I woke up this morning, and as soon as I did, I felt it in my bones. And if to my fellow period havers, sometimes you wake up and you just know it's gonna happen, and it happened. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna suffer today. So I've been suffering all day. Good thing I'm rubber. What does this even mean? And wait. There was something in elementary school that people would be like, it's like, oh, well, I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off me and sticks on you. Okay, dweeb. I say that because I hear other people say it and I'm like, ooh, I must also say it. And I still do that. Fuck, that's like literally my thesis behind my mosquito. She hides herself in trinkets and stuff because she's a mosquito and she knows she's scary to folks on principle. Poor mosquito girl. Yeah, easy solution. If you didn't have bones, you wouldn't have to feel it in your bones. Well, sometimes my bone feelings are just wrong. My bones fucking lie to me. He's low energy. He has no Pidgey. He has Piss Rat. No! This is the anti-Piss Rat zone. Except for the one that I have, she's fine. We accept that, Piss Rat. No, we're looking for Piss Bird. And just so we're clear, if I miss this yellow Pidgey, you need to make fun of me. You have to make fun of me. Because I was looking at it earlier just to sanity check, being like, okay, there's like no way I would have missed this if I was paying any lick of attention. And that thing is so yellow, it looks green. If I miss it, you have to make fun of me. I feel it in the entire center of my body where my bones would be if my bones existed, but I'm just like a melty... I'm a melty blob. I'm filled with polyfill or something. Actually, not polyfill, hashtag my macroplastics. Like little glass beads so I can be a weighted plushie. I think that's what my weighted blanket has in it, but I don't actually recall. Congrats on being first, Bug. First is getting claimed early for once. I'm not gonna lie, I do find it really funny when it's claimed like 3 hours in. Oh yeah, wait, on the Kirby's Epic Yarn thing, I downloaded it on my 3DS. I mean, I got it very legally on my 3DS. Is the 3DS version even any good? I don't know. I just thought, well, I don't know if our Wii works, and also it seems like a giant pain to set it up. Can I just, like, have it on my 3DS? And it was funny, because one of the... I keep forgetting to claim it. It should have been me. Well, this is lighting a fire under your ass. You gotta do it earlier, or you miss out. Unless I accidentally fucked up and it's claimable multiple times, which it shouldn't be, but... I did play it. It's pretty good. Slay! Do you have a name picked out for the Pidgey to help manifest it? I do. But I'm not gonna say it. Get good, Hornet. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like when people say that. Every time playing Hollow Knight, you get to the Hornet shows in, the Hollow Knight's like, "Oh fuck, my stupid Chungus life," keels over, and Hornet shows up, pries its head open. And then the entire chat starts spamming "get good." I'm like, ugh. Ugh. Poor the Hollow Knight. I gotta replay that stupid Chungus game. But if I wanted to make a skin for it, it would take so long. I'm not sure we realize how many, and by we, I mean y'all. I'm not sure y'all realize how many goddamn sprites the knight has. And if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna fucking commit. Didn't the devs clarify the word is Gekdu or something? If they did, I don't know. I don't actually follow the Team Cherry lore. I casually like the games. I'm giga casual. I didn't follow Silksong for like ever. Well, first of all, because there was no news about it. But second of all, it was like, well, Hollow Knight, I appreciate the artistry of it, but I didn't have the most fun playing it. So I'm like, well, I probably won't get Silksong when it comes out. And then it came out, and I kind of got FOMO'd. And I was watching someone play it, and I was like, okay, wait, this actually looks really cool. And I saw Fourth Chorus. I'm like, all right, this thing is sick. And apparently it was in some of the trailers, but I had not seen it. I'm like, okay, this thing is sick. I kind of want the game now. And then I got it. I was thinking the exact opposite. If there's a lot, just make each sprite look like shit, but finish it in one sitting. But at that point, I'm making so many things, I might as well make it cool. If I'm using it. This would just be like, I think it would be an interesting project. Also learning what goes into making a complicated sprite sheet. Something that I would like to know how to do. And then not only does the knight have a shit ton of sprites, but there's also like wings have an animation, you have all the different spells. Things that you wouldn't even think of, like the cutscene at the birthplace. You have like the unique radiance animations. All that kind of stuff. There's so much. I still have all the folders of the sprites on my computer, I think. So I could theoretically look at them right now and get really intimidated. Do the thing what Wario does in that one WarioWare game where every drawing of a character is complete shit except for the drawing of Wario himself, which is Giga Chat. That sounds so funny. I know nothing about WarioWare, but that sounds great. The only Wario game experience I have is of that one Wii game. And I kind of forget what it was called, but I liked it. But I also sucked ass at it, so I never beat it. And that, you know what, that was part of my like, damn, I want to see if I can 100% Kirby's Epic Yarn. Because I remember I tried to do it when I was a kid. But some of the extra levels that you have to do with like the little goobers that move into the apartment building, some of that shit was fucking hard. If I recall correctly. But also just because peak game and I love Kirby. But also I'm a fake fan. I've played so few of the games. I was so convinced that I had like beaten Planet Robobot. I don't think I have, because I looked on my 3DS and I only have 10 hours logged. But funnily enough, it has my like the gold crown in terms of longest play session. So apparently I was seated for those 10 hours. Good for me, I guess. Like, I've not played any of the older ones. Like, the pre-DS era ones. I've just played Yarn, Squeak Squad, Superstar Ultra. Oh, I guess I have Mass Attack, but I never finished that either because there was one, like, collectible in a level that was really hard, and I never got it, and then I got discouraged, and I never continued. And then I think Triple Deluxe. Is that the one with, Magalore in it? I beat that one. And I think that's it. So I'm a fake fan. I didn't even know that there was, like, extra content added to the Switch one. I don't even remember the name. Triple Deluxe is... Oh. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Return to Dreamland. Yeah. I'm like, what's the one that everyone likes? Maybe you're the goat and beat it in 10 hours. I don't think that's... I swear to God I feel like I did, but I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I was speedrunning. Anyway, Return to Dreamland is really good, but it would have been better if Magalore wasn't just Marks 2. Because I'm big Marks fan. Big Marks fan IRL as well, I guess. But Magalore is literally just Marks, and you can't argue with me about this. They are the same person. Except one has clown swag. And it's not Magalore. I have such awkward opinions on Kirby since I seem to dislike the super loved ones. I mean, everyone's gonna have different opinions. I like the ones that I liked because I played them when I was a kid. I had Superstar Ultra, and I couldn't beat it because I sucked at True Arena, and I liked Squeak Squad because I had it. And also, I really like the Squeak Squad. I really like DeRoach. I need to steal DeRoach. They don't give him enough attention. But they don't give any of my faves enough attention. This is about Marks. I'm mad that he's not in the racing game, even though I'm not getting it, but why isn't he there? Why isn't he playable? Why would they do this to me specifically? I don't even... I still couldn't beat True Arena today, probably. I still suck at games. But I really like the Helper to Hero one. I beat almost all of those, I think. Despite being super bad. Because a lot of them you could kind of cheese because they had really strong defense skills. Like Mirror, Copy, you could be literally invincible. Stone, Plasma, I think was pretty strong. That one also killed your fingers. Superstar Ultra is fine, Return to Dreamland is fine, Robobot is mostly bad, Amazing Mirror is a mess, Triple Deluxe is the best Kirby game, fight me. I have no opinions on it since I've not played it. I also have no opinions on, like, Amazing Mirror, Crystal Shards, Canvas, Curse, I don't know, any of those. I've like, not even seen them. Also, I just kind of like the pixel art in the DS games. I think it's really charming. I like them. Also, points in Squeak Squad's favor. I like drag the bubble into the other bubble, get new thing. I think it's cute. I like getting to spray paint Kirby. I like all the collectibles. Also, it's really fast to 100%. You could do it in a couple hours. I'm the world's biggest Superstar Ultra critic. It's mid. I disagree, but okay. Oh, wait, no, I super sucked at it as a kid. I couldn't even beat Dynablade because there was an auto-scroller room. It was the one with, like, lava skulls. Maybe that's in Great Cave Offensive, I don't remember. It's in one of them, and I just, like, did not understand how that worked. But whatever. I've learned. It is definitely interesting having played so many games and just kind of intuiting how a lot of them work, but just because you have experience seeing that shit versus being like, I have literally no basis for what I'm looking at. Amazing Mirror is a mess, but real fun. Which one is that? Does it have... Is it the one where you can be like a refrigerator or something? Or am I thinking of something different? Either way, regardless, I just like Kirby. That little guy's cute. I like all the goobers. That's Crystal Shards? Okay. Those ones blend together to me. Maybe because I've not played them. Also, wait, which one is 02 in? Amazing Mirror is the Metroidvania one with the 4 Kirbys? I have no idea what you're talking about. My knowledge is no. Crystal Shards is 0-2. Oh my goodness. What, this is Kirby 64? Is it multiple ones? Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, every time someone talks about, like, dark matter or whatever the fuck, I always think of Dark Nebula. I know that's not the same, but I always forget that it's called Dark Nebula. Stupid little star fucker from Squeak Squad. Oh, Crystal Shards is 64? Then why didn't you say that? How was I supposed to know? I'm a not knower. I don't know, like, anything about older games, okay? The 64 was past my era. Because I was lazy. Tisk. Just use text-to-speech. No, I don't know. Does that even work in Twitch? It probably doesn't, and if it did, it would be absolute shit. Oh, because typing 64 the Crystal Shards, registered trademark, Nintendo copyright 1996, might be a little long. Yeah, but saying Crystal Shards is shorter than that. If you said CS, I might be able to figure it out as well. What if I just... I wanted to set up the hand cam, but I'm like, no. But I also considered just, like, hunting Cresselia on the side regardless. My Cress. I've done so few encounters on that, few being only 2k. And I'm not even convinced that I'm doing it right. Consider hands. Hand reveal, ooh. Yeah, but then I would have to navigate around having a tripod on my desk, pointing at my hands and trying not to knock it over. And I'm like, I'm too dead today to consider that. You can increase your encounters by like 20%, so you say that, but I have to hold the Joy-Con that I'm holding and also press L, R, start, or select on my 3DS and mash the A button. So if anything, they'd probably go a little slower. But would the slowness counteract the fact that I'm doing two things at once? I'm not sure. Probably, because I have a hard time focusing on two things at the same time. I would just, like, not move in Fire Red Leaf Green while doing a soft reset. Well, yeah, I couldn't, because I'd have to use both my hands for it. I could theoretically rubber band the L and R buttons on my 3DS, but I've not had much luck doing that in the past, and I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared to do it. Soft reset when an encounter starts. Somehow, I don't think that's a good idea. you know, just something tells me. It's so weird. Because whenever in the past I would watch people playing Fire Red Leaf Green, I was so confused when they turn on the game and there's like this little recap thing. I'm like, what is this? What is this thing? Oh, it just happens every time. It's kind of interesting, but it's also kind of annoying. Yes, I remember what I did on my last adventure. I was on Route 1. I was here. And it still shows me being in, like, Pallet Town, getting the town map from Daisy. What do you mean? I've been here for so long. This is what I did. Like, why did they add it in this game and only this game? Well, I guess they kind of adapted it in Gen 4 with the journal, which I actually do kind of like. I think it's funny. Previously on your adventure, you encountered 5,000 rats and birds. Actually, it was more like I encountered 1,000. Because I want my in-game time to kind of be true. It's not exactly true. It's a few hours off, but it's mostly accurate. So I save after every like thing that I do. And I did like 1,000 encounters yesterday. Maybe more, whatever. I need to do more. I need to lock in. I need to know life this bird or I'm never gonna leave. Nidoran, please. And you know what? Nidoran even gave me trouble last year because I hunted it in, I don't remember if it was Pearl or Platinum. Probably Platinum. I radared it. And it was an enormous pain in the ass. Keep in mind, I know how to use the radar. I'm not going to say I'm good at it, but like I know what I'm doing. My chain kept breaking at like 10 just because. It broke on 1 or 2 multiple times. It broke in the 30s multiple times. And since it's a rare encounter, it would take a while just to find one. Can that not happen again? This thing hates me. I should radar something again, but I don't know what. And I even looked up, like, are there any interesting dongle encounters that you can get with Emerald? No, they're all lame. Why are the Emerald ones lame? I don't remember what the cool ones are, but I think one of them gets you Lunatone, and I kind of want to do that. I'm in a very Lunatone time in my life. Click. Bird. Be yellow, please. I wanted to make a summoning circle for it, but I'm like... that seems like too much work. It's not copy-pasting in my program as transparent. I don't care. And it would have been extra funny because it was... it would have been a Genshin summoning circle, so you would have been able to see the character behind it. Or the weapon, because I also had a Mist-Splitter one. And I was thinking about trying to find mine from a few years ago, but I have no idea where they are. Ever since I reorganized everything. Where's all my old shit? Oh god, the fact that I was streaming back then is kind of sad as well. I remember whenever the hell Sumeru came out, I want to say it was in 2022. God damn. Staying up until like 3 a.m. to get all the local specialties so I could 90 him. That shit sucked ass. Because the scarabs were so spread out. And obviously, since the map just came out, we didn't know where they were. So it was just like, okay, well, I have a kind of route where I can get a few. I just need to hope that people will let me into their world and no one else has taken the local specialties for this character that just came out. And that people are up at this time on this server. Ugh. Nightmare. At least they've never made a local specialty that awful to gather since, I don't think. The most annoying thing is just the 48-hour respawn time. Because then it more likely is that you get it every 3 days. Because if you don't log on at the same time, they're not going to have respawned yet. Ugh. So it takes like a week and a half to fully level up a character because they never have enough just lying around in the world. Also, you're about to get some pills ASMR, probably. Ibuprofen. Let's take ibuprofen together. Surely the tummy hurting medicine won't make my tummy hurt. That'd be bad. And of course my heating pad fucking broke last month. Actually, I should try turning it on again. But last time it wouldn't stay on for very long. So I figured something was wrong with it. Joke's on you, I took estrogen instead. That's okay. I mean, if you're not in pain, you shouldn't take pain alleviating medicine. That's probably not good for you. I say it matches in spirit, so you pass. Okay, wait, though. What does estrogen pills taste like? What do they taste like? I say that because the Advil pills that I have like this candy coating almost. So they're sweet. So they're a little easier to swallow. So I'm wondering what they taste like. I'm stealing your estrogen, give it here. I'm holding my hand out. Take it. Take it. I'm sending it to you. You can have it. The grabby hand emote is silly. They taste like nothing? Well, it's better than them tasting super bad. Interesting, though. I thought that most medicines would have a taste just by proxy of they are a medicine. So they probably taste like something. They're just like a round, tasteless thing. That's so interesting. Scientist, how did you do that? Eating to air, but it's a pill. I was gonna say drinking water, but it's a pill, but I feel like water does have a taste. I mean, it's terrible. Pity my suffering. Feel sympathy for me. I'm not sympathy for you. You took your estrogen, so... Estrogen attack. Ah! It's not like you signed up for it or anything. Ugh. Can CVS either get my freaking prescription already, or I just have to go to the freaking grocery store and be like, hey, don't say be extra gentle. That's crazy. Can I pick up my freaking testosterone vials and then I disobey the instructions so I can make it last longer? So I can play my game where I wait and then my voice gets deeper and then I stop. And then I stop because that's the thing that I want. And I don't care about the other things. And I'm sorry to bald people. I don't want to go bald. I would go bald. Also, if I have to grow facial hair, I think I would explode. I already kind of explode with what very, very minimal stuff that I have. I don't know how y'all do it. Especially in a family where, like, my brother has a beard. My dad has a beard. I don't want a fucking beard. There's a decent chance I have the genes for it. I cry. No. I just hate the feeling of having hair on my face. And it's extra bad because if I have any, I'll, like, pick at it. So I'm like, I can't have it on my face because I'll fucking pick at it. Very annoying. I'm sure it wouldn't be as bad if it got a little longer, but I'm like, no. No, I don't want that to happen. I went to my first laser hair appointment the other day. Yay! Boo for it hurt, but the meat face implies that it wasn't that bad, or the pain was worth it, in which case I sure hope it was, because I assume you have to pay for it. Why would you pay for something that sucks? Ugh. Bad example. Sometimes you have to, but you shouldn't have to. Paying for insurance that doesn't even fucking cover. Ah! I hate insurance. I'm blowing up insurance in my mind, except I'm not blowing up any of the people because I'm sure that they're very nice. Just the concept. Definitely paying for it. Definitely me. Definitely not the NHS. Oh, well then I don't care. My care flying out the window. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Some of you live in civilized society. Don't have to pay fucking out of pocket to get cancer screening. I'm still not over that, by the way. Fuck you mean insurance ain't gonna cover it? Because I'm too young? What if I just had cancer? Would insurance tell me to go fuck itself? Honestly, it probably would. Insurance is evil and they hate you. Did this song not literally just play? Wait, no, it's a different one. Now, I wouldn't call the UK civilized or society. Look, I don't want to say it about a place that I don't live. But at least you don't have to pay for healthcare. You're not worried about going into debt because you need to go to the doctor or you need to go to the hospital and you need to call an ambulance. Good freaking riddance, I say. Good freaking riddance. Where is my goddamn yellow bird? That's the takeaway of this. Where is it? Oh, my encounters per hour went up by 1. Yippee! I want to make the number go up. No, but I'm worried about going into debt because I have to pay for food. Well, that sucks. Nobody should have to worry about that. Why is the world so stupid, Chungus? That's a terrible thing to say. But it's true. Why is it so hard to let everyone have the basic things that they need? It can't be that hard. Some people have $1 billion. Clearly the resources are out there. I guess not really. Not really, speaking of which. I do need to see if I can grow vegetables. What vegetables will grow in this zone so we can have more vegetables. If you like, I guess this goes to anyone. If you like tomatoes, grow tomatoes. You can probably grow tomatoes. They're like weeds. We always have too much tomatoes because they grow like weeds. I guess also cucumbers. But I feel like they grow less than tomatoes because we'll have just tomato plants pop up everywhere. Because I assume because birds eat them and then they'll spread the seeds around. So we'll just have random little tomato plants popping up everywhere and it's like, stop. This is my weed. But at the same time, we've killed a mint plant, and mint plants are also like weeds. I wanted the mint plant to live. I remember all the mint that my grandmother had at her house. Well, I guess my grandmother and grandfather's house, but he died when I was really young, so I don't remember him as much. Alright, just because I'm thinking about it, is it gonna rain tomorrow? I hate emails. Never email me. I hate emails. Wait a minute. I felt like I brought this into the universe. Talking so much about Danganronpa yesterday. Being like, Shuichi's my fave. Danganronpa V3 is my fave. It's the best one. Etc, etc. And then today, what do I see? What do I see in my email, advertising email? They're making a freaking Shuichi Nendoroid. Shuichi merch. I brought this into the universe. Never mind the fact that it was probably announced months ago and I just don't pay attention to that. I brought it into the universe. It felt like crazy timing. So I'll think about it when August rolls around. Surely nobody will get this. Because nobody likes V3. That's a lie. People do. It's just the one that people dislike the most. because they can't read. But we've been over this. God, it's so foggy. Why is it so foggy? Will it rain tomorrow? Ugh! What if I want to go outside? Oh, did I count that? Whatever. The count's probably not exactly accurate. I just like having a general marker for about how many I've done. It's fine. What if I wanna go out and look at the fishies and the turtles? I tried to take a picture of a turtle in a pond, and every time I did, I feel like it went into the water. Was I spooking it somehow? I'm sorry, turtle. Will the turtles even be out, though? Because it's still a little cold. I'm not sure, actually. I don't know what their habits are. I don't know if they're anything like frogs. Oh, no. We're gonna start getting frogs next month. We get a lot of frogs in this area, especially after it rains because, of course. And they'll end up getting trapped in places that they can't get out of, and also they're so loud. They're so loud, and because there's so many of them, they're constantly going... Arr, arr. That's not what they sound like, but like, just imagine that was a frog croaking. And there's so fucking many of them! And sometimes they're toads, and they extra can't get out of a bunch of places. And I feel bad, and I have to scoop them out, and I have to escort them elsewhere. It's like, okay, please don't jump in this hole that you can't get out of again. Please don't jump in this puddle that you can't get out of again. And then they'll immediately go right back, and it's like, okay, well, at a certain point, I can't be supervising you. I am so sorry. And they also make Daisy bark, because she barks at everything. But they're so loud that we'll hear them inside. It's interesting having frogs. I feel like we didn't used to have as many, but how is that related to climate change? There was one year where we had a whole bunch of spiders. And I feel like that's not happened again. Oh yeah, I did add some, like, Wii Sports Resort music, because I said so. Floppy. Oh, almost at 5,000 encounters. Hooray. Which means that about an hour has passed. I need to get my encounters per hour back to 220. For no other reason than just 'cause. I added so much Kirby music and it's still hitting all the Toho ones. What the hell is up with that? Meow. Rat. I wish that I could log into this goddamn site that I have all my stuff on my phone, because I'd like to see what encounter I got Rattata at, just because I want to know how close I am to exceeding it. Actually, I can just check it right now, I think. Hello? God, this is a nightmare. Cause my tab is really tiny. Oh, wait. I almost have it. 5,104. Okay, so I'm definitely surpassing that tonight, unless I get it, like, right now. If If this one ends up going super over odds, surely that means that that everything else will be under odds. That's definitely how statistics works, yes? We agree? Good. Getting closer. Alright, just because I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna do a paranoia check. My freaking appointment. Will they humor me this time? What the hell? Ugh. I'm gonna have to call the freaking doctor's appointment on Monday because I've tried to request an appointment. I was gonna say 3 times, and technically it is 3 times, but one of them was for a different thing, and 2 were for the same thing, and I still don't freaking see it on the goddamn... Ugh. I'll have to call them. Why the fuck do you keep denying me? Speaking of animals, we had a second pair of lambs today. Yay! What are... I know you don't name any of them, and I can't fathom why. But what are they named? Knowing that it's just going to be Lamb 1 and Lamb 2. Wait, so how many sheep do you have now? You got a lot of animals. Chimpkin. I miss going to, like, the county fair. Because they would have a bunch of animals out for sale, to be clear. But they would have, like, chickens. And some of them would be, like, the really pretty, fluffy kinds. They would have, like, rabbits. And they would also have bigger animals like cows and pigs. It was fun walking into the giant freaking hall of rabbits. So many rabbits. Did I mention that I even saw a rabbit the other day? There were deer walking outside. There was a fox running. And that fox looked really big. And it's also interesting because I know we have foxes around because I'm kind of near a woodsy area. But never see foxes. And never in the middle of the day. Because aren't they... I don't know what it's called, but like most active during sunrise and sunset, kind of like deer. Alright, we have 3 lambs, 4 ewes... 1 ram, 1 steer. What's a steer? What's a heifer? 2 roosters and 6 chickens. That's a lot of animals. That's a lot of eggs. Wait. Do roosters actually do the thing? Do they do the thing where they make noise early in the morning? Male cow, female cow. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever seen them referred to like that. I mean, obviously, because I asked you what it was. Too many eggs, also all the time. That's so funny. I didn't know if it was a thing that was actually real or it's just, like, in media for funsies. Can't have too many eggs. In this economy, you could probably sell them. And I know you said, like, you live around other farms, so they have eggs. Surely there's a way. Surely. And if not, surely there's people you could share with. I remember when our neighbors would share stuff with us, and now I don't think we know any of them. The only thing I know about them is that they freaking, like, left, like, a basketball in like, on a hill, and it's just fucking been there. Like, well, clearly none of you want this, because otherwise you would have gotten it already. Oh, you can, but we did give away a chunk of them. That's good. At least they're not going to waste. That would be a shame. Or just get, like, really into baking. That uses a ton of eggs real fast. Get super into making angel food cake, or meringue. What uses meringue? I don't know. Other than meringue. Make chiffon cake. Click. I wanted to make cookies so bad. I had so many recipes that I wanted to make today. But I felt so like shit. And then I'm like, well, I can't eat food if I don't make food. So I'm just hungry. Or just make everything from scratch, really? Yeah, but that seems a little excessive. Something somewhere wants eggs? Yeah. But if you're making literally everything from scratch, that seems like a giant pain. You're not making pasta from scratch. That takes forever. You're not making your... Okay, well, you might make your bread from scratch. That's pretty easy. You're not gonna... You're not gonna make puff pastry by scratch, but that's... Wait, no, that's mostly butter. That's all butter. Ugh. Maybe I should try pasta. Is it not like a super involved process? Am I thinking about specifically pulling the noodles? I don't know. Either way seems like a lot of work. Entrusting the world to idols, that's the song name. I thought it was idolatrize world. That's what I type into the search bar. But don't they all have like two names? They have a short name and they have a long name. And it's like name tilde name. Oh, Toho songs have two names. Yeah, that's the one that I know. I'm like, I can't remember the long name. I know the two-word one. That could be it, but you could just chop and roll out the shapes. I suppose. I mean, you probably also have to knead pasta dough, I imagine, to build the glutens. Or unless you don't do that because you don't want it to be glutinous, you could make noodles and share your experience with the class. Because I know that my ass ain't doing that. I'll knead bread, but that's about it. I remember the first time I made focaccia. I had to knead it for so fucking long because I probably had to, I got the ratio wrong somewhere. And it was way too sticky. Pidgey, please. You gotta save me from this misery. Looking for a golden bird. Golden egg. It feels so strange that egg breeding is in this game. Like, of course it is, because it's been in everything. But it feels so cursed, and allegedly it's really awful in this game. But I don't know if that's like a... It can't be worse than Crystal. That's what I was ultimately gonna get at. It can't be worse than Crystal. Because I have experience with that, and it takes so fucking long to even get an egg in Crystal, let alone hatch it. Let alone hatch, like, 100. Because you're trying to get a Gligar, a shiny Gligar. So it was more like 160. But is it slow because you can't use abilities to speed it up? Is it slow because you just get eggs slowly as well? Is it bad because the area that you get eggs kind of sucks to ride around in? I don't know. I've not been to the Sevi Islands. It's on one of them, I think. Because the one near... I actually don't know, because isn't there a daycare near Cerulean City? Do they only have one to keep true to the Kanto experience, I guess? I don't know. Because this game is kind of weird in that regard, because you can't even get non-Kantomons until post-game, even if it's something like Crobat. It must be so strange having a Golbat at max friendship and wanting your Crobat, but it just will not evolve. Ain't there one on the Sevi Isles? Was that not what I was saying? I think it's there. But there's also one by Cerulean, but I don't know if it works the same. Because I've not been there. I've been on Route 1. I'm stupid. No, it's okay. I'm gonna drink some water. Everyone else also drink water. It's still picked up. Ugh. It's not goodbye, cruel world. No! Minor spelling error. That's the same energy. I don't think you made a typo. If you did, I didn't notice, so don't say that you did. Bochi. Oh, it's ads. I want to go to the Safari Zone. I want to get a shiny Cardivine so bad. I was thinking about it last year because I really wanted one of the 10%. And I wanted Carnivine the most, even though its shiny isn't... Like, it's not bad, but it's not the best. Now all of China knows your spelling error. Why China? Huh? I don't think I care if China knows anything. My fucking government probably knows way more than what I want them to know. Who the fuck cares what China thinks about me? They're all the way over there. Yeah. Can we not start with all the yawning? Have you seen Mulan? What does this have to do with anything? I'm racking my brain. I have seen it, but it was so long ago I don't remember. No. Ah! What I remember more is the fucking Kingdom Hearts and Mulan world. I can't believe either Donald Duck or Goofy freaking outed her. Immediately. How dare they? I want to say it was Donald because he pisses me off, but it could have been either one. And then Sora, woke king, is like, wait, what? Oh, I thought you were just a man. It's like, well, you know, depending on your interpretation, maybe you're correct. If you're based or not, you might be correct. Now all of China knows you're here is a quote from Mulan and it became a meme. Now all of China, insert joke here. I see. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. And also, I don't think I've seen that ever. I'm living under a rock. You think you got that right? No, it sounds vaguely familiar, so I understand the essence of what you're saying. You know, sometimes the brain is just not braining. I understand. But I think if nothing else, you're pointing in the right direction. It was like the only quote-unquote China meme, whatever, in the popular discourse is social credit, which I think is kind of dumb, but whatever. I believe that's what happens. Maybe. I'm trying to remember when I last saw it. I'm trying to rack my brain so hard. It deadass may have been when I was in high school. Which is it's nightmare to think about how long ago that was. I hate the passage of time. My tummy's starting to hurt again, and I can't tell if it's because like I ate something that didn't agree with me, because I'm feeling sick, because I'm having period fuckery, or because ibuprofen. Last time I saw Mulan was a few weeks back. Going through the Disney Pixar catalog is interesting. Wait! You reminded me of something that I wanted to say. Literally does not matter, but it was because you brought up Monsters, Inc. You know the sound that like the machine makes? Not the monster one? Like the That's what our buses sound like. When they start up from stopping, they sound exactly like that. And I think about it every time. Like, how does it sound the same? Today we watched Cars. What's so bad about Cars? Yeah, the Scream Extractor. The bus sounds like the Scream Extractor. It's the same. And I'm like, damn, I should rewatch that. just so I can be right. What's so bad about Cars? My brother used to love that movie. That plus Open Season used to be on all the time. Though specifically he liked Cars 2 the most, so that was on all the time. So I have like a personal vendetta against that movie, but I think my yearning for fun and whimsy would override that now, and I would have a good time. Like, fuck you mean that they're spy cars? Rat. My encounters are going up. Or per hour. I'm not over the Scream Extractor. Maybe that's how they got it. They got it from some vehicle. They recorded it. Pidgey. Pidgey, please. If I don't get it today, next time there will be a summoning circle on the screen. It'll be like 5% opacity, and it'll be overlaying the entire thing. Oh, I was waving my mouse around it like you could see it. You can't. I forget that only I can see my OBS. What's so bad about Cars? Okay, because I watched it today and holy fuck, Lightning is an asshole. His redemption is unearned, his change of attitude is unrealistic and unbelievable, and only 4 characters out of dozens, plus they want you to like are actually developed enough to give a shit. Also, why were there fart jokes learn when those things are funny? Also, not just put one in and win an Oscar. It won an Oscar? Also, they're still very uncanny looking. Fair enough. I have no opinions on the movie as of now. I remember watching Cars 3. That was my most recent experience with it, but that was also several years ago. I do remember talking with people, once again, back in high school about the anatomy of what a car would look like. And I don't remember the conclusions we came to, but I was probably right about everything and they were wrong. Unless we agreed, in which case we were both wrong. I'm taking them down with me. Look, I give Cars one thing. The crash scene is legitimately a really good scene. Far too good for the movie it comes from. Sometimes good shit just comes from bad media. In that case, I will extract it. I will extract it, and I will recontextualize it with other characters and make it good in my brain. True, real. Everything that I make is cobbled together from something else that I like. Go my amalgams. Undertale style. Funny that Undertale style, because genuinely foundational media. Foundational media to me, but I was also a teenager when it came out and I played it. It was definitely an interesting movie at the time, because I think even at the time it was like, this doesn't feel like it's on the same level of quality as other Pixar things that have been coming out at the time. But also, I don't know what year it came out. What else was coming out around the time? It was so forever long ago, and this is when people really respected Pixar. I don't know what people think of Pixar now. Let it be known, every time the stupid bird scrolls across the screen, I think that it could be it, because I look at the beak, specifically to be like, is the beak pink? And when it scrolls across the screen, it looks kind of yellowish. And I'm like, oh, it looks yellowish, is that it? No, it's not. You know it. You've seen thousands of these things. The blue light filter is also not helping right now. Stop, hiccup. Burb. Aren't they making a Toy Story 5 on Pixar? I feel like I've never watched Toy Story 2. I feel like that's another one that somehow I've only seen parts of and not the whole thing. But at the same time, I feel like if I watched the whole thing, I would be like, oh yeah, no, I do remember this. I guess I did. It's about iPads. It is? There's a trailer? I thought it was just like announced or something. Pixar is none of the original creators now. I mean, I suppose so. There is a trailer. Oh, I see. Is it? Okay, so it's about iPads, but like, what does that mean? Also, did it look good? It's a sheep of Theseus. Okay. A ship of Theseus. Minor typo detected. But like, either way, I feel like I'm foundationally against it because 4 did not need to exist. The fact that 4 exists just kind of feels antithetical. Is that the correct word? It feels like it goes against what was the conclusion of 3, does it not? Why do we need more? It looked fine. It seemed to be about the toys being replaced with technology. I mean, fair enough. That shit is happening. Toys are for play, tech is for everything. Yeah, it fucking sucks. But also me when I get my toys and I play with my toys. Bird. Most of my toys exist in my brain though. My sopping wet, milk-soaked Webkin Blorbos slamming against a wall, going thud. I feel like I haven't said milk-soaked Webkins in forever. I need to bring that back. It's such a fitting comparison. Bird, please. If Bird showed up now, I feel like it would have to be named Webkins. Webkins is still alive, right? Man, it makes me so sad thinking that my old account would have been purged. And, like, yeah, because I haven't logged into it in over, like, a decade. Probably longer, like 15 years. But I wanted to see what freaking stuff I had in the curio shop. I wanted to see what all my old Webkins were named. What ones did I even have? Other than the Chihuahua, I know I definitely had that one. And her name was Julia. Not sure why. Oh yeah, and I don't know when I started thinking about this, but I started thinking about like old play sets that I had when I was younger. One of them was like a bunch of cats. And I'm like, God, where are those? I feel like, unfortunately, I might have gotten rid of them just because it's like, why would I still have these? I don't play with them anymore. But now I'm like, damn, I kind of want them. I remember them being really cool. And I wouldn't remember what they're called, so I couldn't, like, look them up or anything to see pictures. Unfortunate. For all my foresight with the stuff that I keep, I get rid of some dumb things. And yet I still have all these fucking books that I need to get rid of, and I don't know how to get rid of them because it's like, well, they're not popular. So who wants these? But also I couldn't really sell them because they're not popular, so that I would be losing money to ship them. What the hell do I do with all these books? I want them out of my goddamn room. I had a plan for them, but now they've just been like sitting there in boxes, and I hate boxes. I hate having them everywhere. And it pisses me off because like I bring out my yarn and I'm like, "Oh, let me crochet so I can ugh." And then my hands start hurting, and then I don't crochet, and then they just sit there. Give them to a library. I feel like libraries wouldn't even want them because some of them aren't in very good condition. And I don't know, I did some research into this, and it's like, well, if it's not popular and nobody's gonna ever read it, then a library is not gonna want it. If they're not in pretty decent condition, a library isn't gonna want them. And I feel bad about just throwing them away or like burning them. And by throwing away, I mean like recycling, but same thing. I guess some of them are textbooks, so I could probably find a particular thing to do with that. Ugh. Shout out to that one terrible, awful anthropology class that I have all the stupid textbooks for. I'm still mad about that. I still have beef with that one professor. Ugh. I hope that guy who didn't help at all on the final project failed, by the way. I hope he failed. I did feel a little twinge of satisfaction when I took his name off of the paper, because I was the one turning it in, because he didn't do a lick of the fucking work. It was just three other of us, and I had to edit their sections too, by the way, because they were just very, very poorly formatted. But also, not my business. If you didn't want to fail, you should have helped. Like, I don't know. I feel that's kind of justified. And you may say, "Oh, you should have brought it up with the teacher." She was impossible to talk to out of class. One of the reasons I did not like her. And the other was just because she was really mean. But oh well. Almost at 5,100. We're almost passing what I got Rattata at. It could do the funniest thing in the world, and I could find another rat at that same number. Because it was 5,104, right? Hold. Yep. 5,104. Burb. Okay, how hard is it to hook up a Wii, by the way? I assume it can't be terribly difficult, but I've not done it before. Also, like the sensor bar and stuff. I just want to see if it works. I want to see if our Wii balance board still works. It probably doesn't, but it would be really nifty if it did. It was funny reading because I was listening to Wii Fit music to review them. So there's only like one or two. Seeing what all the different people did. And it's like, you know what? They probably did fuck up a lot of kids with the BMI scale. I wonder if that game came out today, if they would do some different metric, because BMI is like frankly a terrible way to gauge someone's healthiness, I guess. probably just shamed a lot of kids for no reason. But I was too silly enough to care. I just wanted to play the freaking bubble game. Or the one with like the candle. And then when you shake too hard and it cuts off, it makes a loud noise and it scares me. Ah. I'm still a little annoyed at last year. I tried to find my brother's copy of Omega Ruby because I'm like, I know his ass isn't gonna play it. So I asked him like, hey, can I have this? I know your ass isn't using it. And he's like, sure. And I found all of his jewel cases and I'm going through them and they're all empty. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you have them if they're empty? Where are they? And I didn't want to like tear through all of his stuff. This was in like a storage type box. I'm like, well, fuck me, I guess. My freaking collection. Ow, my shoulder. Love how I can't sit anyway without putting strain on my shoulder somehow. Almost above Rattata. Bird, please. Oh no. So talking about like, oh, having a timer on this is interesting just because I like knowing how long this takes. And I'm looking at the time. You can't see it, but I can. I'm like, I've spent far too long on this route. Ugh. Although I think I'm coming to the conclusion that it doesn't bother me as much as something like Major Teeny Hunt and ZA. Because at least I'm not going over odds yet. At least I'm not phasing a bunch and also going over odds. Of course, that assumes that I don't phase again and again and again. Because God knows I love losing my 50-50. But theoretically, it's definitely not how odds work. But theoretically, the next one should be bird because I've gotten rat. That's the one side of the coin flip. So this time, I get the other side of the coin flip because that's how that works. And it's definitely not just as likely for me to get another rat. It's just the average. On average, you get Pidgey 50% of the time. Numbers are weird. I wonder if I still have my TI calculator from forever ago. Oh shit, wait. That thing probably has batteries in it. Oh no. Oh no. But half the time in math class, I just like making interesting looking lines in the graph. And having them overlap with each other. I was never able to do super fancy stuff with it. I'm not that smart. Also, I don't even think I knew that you could like hook it up to a computer somehow. I feel like you could. Yeah, I have no idea where that would be. I have so much stuff that's just probably in a box somewhere. Like, where the hell is my flute? Oh god, that poor, poor flute. That thing was a rental. But I had used it for so many years that it was just like, alright, you've basically paid for it. Have your flute. So it was kind of shitty quality, but I still love it. And especially in comparison when my friend would come into class and it's like, oh, I got like a fancy flute. It's like gold plated on the inside. And I'm like, huh? Why? We're high schoolers. Why do you have this? But whatever. And that thing accompanied me through high school, except not through all of high school. It was only through like 9th grade because the band teacher, was also the orchestra teacher. So band class and orchestra class were the same. And it was very, 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 very obvious that he favored the orchestra over the band. So we just kind of suffered. And also we had to do quote-unquote pep band, which fucking sucked and stupid, and all the songs we played were dumb and stupid. And a lot of the time we were just left to be like, all right, practice your pieces in the other room while he would work hands-on with the orchestra. And it's just like, okay, well, this fucking sucks. Fuck you. And of course, when my brother went to the same school, he did like he did multiple string things, but I think he did cello in high school. So of course he had a fine time. Not like I'm jealous or anything. It's not like I liked playing flute or anything. I wonder if I would still even remember the keys. How do you tune a flute? Bink. Did other people have the issue in your bands where there were like a billion clarinets? Also, who else thinks that the reason why there were so many clarinet players is because of Squidward? I need to know. I mean, it could also be because, allegedly, clarinets are easier to play. I don't agree because I could never figure out how a reed worked. That was the whole reason why I started playing flute, because I could just understand how to whistle into it and make a sound. But clarinet, I just could not get to work. And I was like, wow, clarinet, like Squidward. Let me try that one. No, it didn't work. Shout out to the flute. Also, fuck trumpet players. In parentheses, I don't actually hate trumpet players. It was just people that I had to play with. Because they would always play far too loudly, and you would just hear trumpets. Also, what is it about percussion in like a school band that attracts people who just want to get an easy A? Or was it just an incredible coincidence that it kept happening? Because that's what it felt like. It felt like people who just like, oh, I get to hit the drum and I get to do nothing. And they ended up getting a really hard job and they didn't know what to do about that. So we all fumbled as a result. Is that a common thing? Oh yeah, wait, I didn't pay attention. I'm officially over Ratata encounters. Yippee, I guess. Also, if I continue to feel worse and worse, I guess I'll just call it. I feel okay-ish right now. Like, not great, but we'll see, I guess. Dang. I remember when I wanted to learn piano so bad. And to be fair, I still kind of do. But even after practicing for a while, it's like my brain still doesn't comprehend moving both of my hands at the same time. Also, having smaller hands, not being able to reach the keys so easily. Also, that's how I learned how to spell a lot correctly. Because a teacher I had would wear this shirt. And it said something like, I love my a lot. And a lot was one word, and it was like a creature. And it was supposed to be a play on, like, a lot is 2 words, even though you say it like one for whatever fucking reason. English is a dumb language. I feel like if you say a lot as 1 word, people would know what you're talking about, so who cares? Communication is we all agree on it. Writing is a social construct. Spelling is a social construct. If you know what I'm saying, why does it matter? I've almost killed it. Stop accidentally killing them. Bird, please. Ink. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, doing all the this is 1 hunt. But doing the 8192 hunts is making me wanna also do 4096 at the same time. Just because it's so interesting in my brain. Thinking like, wow, if this was a 4096 game, I would be over odds. So just having something that would potentially move a little faster, and then something that moves a little slower. But also doing 2 things at the same time. I really need to find a good way to hold down the L and R buttons on my 3DS. I mentioned before that I tried rubber banding them before and it was like, And I think it was mostly because all the rubber bands we have are super big or super small. And I'm like, well, I don't want to crunch my fucking 3DS that I paid money for. But also if they're too loose, then they're not going to hold down the button. The whole point of that is so that I don't have to use both of my hands to soft reset. I could just press the start or select button. Or just do... Stop yawning. I was gonna say, or just do something easy like Pokepelago, but wait a minute, that would include soft resetting. Ugh. Everything includes soft resetting. Oh, I suppose random question launching. How many episodes is the last season of Attack on Titan? Including how they fragmented the season super weirdly and released it like over a year, maybe longer. Because my friend was rewatching it. And I'm like, I need to know how this ends because I need to know why people are so mad. Because I remember when the manga first ended, people were mad. And I know a couple of things that happen. Because I got spoiled via osmosis. Also, someone just randomly mentioning in it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I've not read that far, and she was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm like, whatever. But why the fuck were people so mad? And also, is it any better in the anime? Is that why they had to fucking push it out so much? No, it was because of money. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. What do you even do in Tears of the Kingdom? Other than, like, build cars. Sorry. No offense to this friend. But I keep seeing her popping up playing Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm like, first of all, it's a little silly funny to me because it's like, how old is that game at that point? It's at least a few years. Interesting that we're getting to it now. B... Does the notification for, like, oh, friend is playing game, does it happen every time you open the game? Because if so, I'm sorry to all my friends who I bombard with notifications when I soft reset. I'm really sorry. Actually, I felt extra bad about doing that because that's what I was doing when, or before this came out. I was like, all right, I want like an easy hunt. Let's do something in ZA. I was trying to look for Alpha Nicket, and I haven't found it, so clearly not that easy. But I was doing like the regular soft resets that I would do because that's what I like doing in that game the most. And I kept seeing that a person was online, and I'm like, am I bombarding you? I'm so sorry. Can I, like, find a way to not do that? And then I realized that there was a teleporter next to me. And it took me pretty far away, and I could just walk a little and despawn them, and it's like, oh, wait, this is way faster. And also, I think I found a shiny while I was in my therapy appointment for the week, and I'm like trying not to react. But it wasn't the alpha, so I'm like, oh, well, I gotta reset over it. So I was trying to take a picture of it while I'm like while I'm being screened for freaking anxiety or whatever. Actually, no, I think I was being screened for depression. Wowzers. I'd say I should get back to that, but I only have one Switch, and I'd rather find at least one thing before doing something else on my Switch. But it also sucks because I wanna play Swish. I wanna play Shield. I wanna transfer over Circuit Board from Sword and use that shiny Arctozolt as my starter. And then we look for some interesting stuff. I still haven't decided entirely what I'm doing in that game because I want to find a lot of things that aren't Gen 8, and I'm like, but I could also find like Appleton. I could try and find something in the God, where is it? I think maybe the Motostoke gym, the Fire gym. And you can go in between like two of the Pokemon, and they have a chance to be shiny, and I think they always have Star Sparkles. Or they're more likely to have Star Sparkles, which, by the way, on that note, can I just say how stupid it is that we all collectively call Square Sparkles Square Sparkles? First of all, they're way lamer than Star Sparkles, so it's weird that they wanted to make square ones the rarer ones. Stars are way cooler. Why do we call them square? Square makes them sound lamer. They are lame, but it makes them sound super lame. They're probably meant to be like diamonds. But we all call them square shinies. Be there or be square. That's what they are. And that's the one good thing about Dynamax Adventures. All of your shiny legendaries from Dynamax Adventures will have stars. So they'll have the pretty one. Instead of ugly squares. Sorry to Square shiny enjoyers. But I also think that it's so silly that they tried to introduce this mechanic and then they've just never tried to do it again. Probably because they didn't implement it in the way that they wanted to. So we're just like, ugh. Well, let's not do that again. Let's just scrap the idea. I'm glad they kept marks though, at least. Marks are fun. Anyway, I was also thinking maybe about looking for Indeedee in that game, but I don't know how rare it is, so maybe that's a bad idea. I also don't remember if it's a version exclusive in Swish, like the gender ones, because I think it is in Scarlet and Violet for whatever fucking reason. Who knows? Oh, I think I counted that twice. My bad. I need this bird already so I can stop miscounting. True. Also, hold on. Zorua. My big Zorua. I wanna lay down in a way that's not gonna hurt my arm. So I'm propping it up on my Zorua. Yay. It is so weird. Have any of y'all played Conquest? Why in the world is Reshiram, like, so weirdly obtainable? Because you have to... There's, like, a code for it. But as far as I know, it's once per save. Why? It's so strange. It's also so weird how there's like one shiny in that game and it's Razzlequaz. And Nobunaga gets it in like the last battle where you use Arceus or something, maybe, I think. I don't remember. I've only beaten that game once because that game has so many post-game scenarios. It's awesome, but it also really sucks. Because on one hand, it's like, wow, there's so much stuff to do. But on the other hand, some of it is so one note that it's like, yeah, wow, I would love to play through the exact same scenario 7 different times, but in a different kingdom. So you have different starter characters, and some of them suck ass. They're so bad. But it's like, well, I gotta fucking deal with them anyways. And there's so many. I don't think I can put an emphasis on how many of these scenarios there are. It's frankly a little ridiculous. And I think you get something after beating all of them, but I don't know, because I've never done it, because it takes so long. And you just get burnt out by doing the same thing over and over again. What if I want to be able to have the Reshiram? Why does Hideyoshi get it? This sucks. Why do you... I get why they give you Eevee. Because you have a bunch of choices on what to do with it. Except I was dumb. And I liked Umbreon at the time, so I had Umbreon. And I feel like Umbreon kind of sucks. In that game. Well... Yeah, no, I could have just said that Umbreon kind of sucks to rage bait. It's definitely one of the worst ones in that game. Probably just because Vaporeon and Jolteon have way better moves. Oh wait, sorry, you could clearly hear the clicky of my Joy-Con. This is an ASMR stream. Is it true that ASMR, the Meridian in ASMR, was named because the guy thought that Meridian meant orgasm? What an interesting lore fact if real. Burb. Please spare me. Anyways, if I remember, surely I watched through the last season of Attack on Titan. Because I remember I was watching it, I kept up with it, and then I just stopped. And then I was like, oh, well, the rest of the last season will come out later. And it's like, well, now I don't care anymore. Because fuck you mean? Just release it. I hate how things are released these days. Don't release things in batches. Don't release them in parts of a season. Just release them all at once or release them weekly. Preferably weekly. And if you want to watch them all, you can wait until they're all out. Burb. 5,200. Ugh. I think the only anime that I ever fully kept up weekly was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. And that was fun. And I've just not done it since because I haven't kept up well enough with shows coming out. I don't even know what's popular right now. The whole reason I was watching things like Gachiakta and Dandadan is because they came out last year. Well, season 2 of Dandadan came out last year. Yes? And I'm like, well, I want to watch stuff that's new. What's popular now? Because a fragment of my brain still lives in 2016 where everyone's still hyping up My Hero Academia. And it's not like getting mad at teenagers for liking it. But does that even still happen anymore now that it's over? I don't know. Bird, please show up. Oh no, my brain is stuck when Voltron was coming out. I'm so glad I never finished that show. I fell off of it super hard after, like, season 2 because I think 3 wasn't out at the time. And I just couldn't be bothered to get back into it. Good freaking riddance, I say. The sheer fall off in quality is, frankly, a little astounding. It's like they wanted to rage bait as many people as possible. It's a little impressive. I wonder how many active clances there are these days. Or are people too scared? People, I don't know if the My Hero Academia fandom was ever actually that bad. I'm sure some of the stuff is true. But the thing that I'm trying to get at is people trying to pretend that it's Voltron 2.0, and I'm like, it can't be. It's not possible. Unless it is. Which show? Voltron Legendary Defender, question mark? I think. Is what we're talking about? Talking about that in My Hero Academia. Which are only comparable in my mind because of how much people are scared of the fandom. But I feel like people are over-exaggerating their fear of My Hero fans. Unless I'm just totally unaware. Ugh. But the worst thing actually to come out of My Hero Academia discourse is the popularization of hating on shipping. There's nothing wrong with not liking shipping, but people are way too comfortable being like, oh, shipping fucking sucks, shipping is cringe, shippers are cringe, and it's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. And you don't know what you're talking about. Same type of people. Ugh. Why can't two guys in a show just be friends anymore? These are the same people in my brain. Maybe they're not in real life. But that shit pisses me off. Like, what do you mean? There are points to all the examples. So many examples of these guys just being friends. So many. I'm so sorry that you can't handle anything different. Probably My Hero Academia, good riddance, though I do like Vigilantes. Is it any good? I think I have the first copy of the manga, but I've never opened it, so I have no idea what it's about. Anyway, as I was saying, the thing that pisses me off is that all the hatred is solely focused on queer shipping. It's never about, like, oh, hey, why can't male protagonist and female lead just be friends, huh? No, it always has to be like, oh, so so two guys can't look at each other without rabid shippers tearing each other apart. And it's like, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get you. The double standard pisses me off. The homophobia pisses me off. Y'all pissing me off. Also, it feels like teenage girl haterism at play. I hate that as well. Let teenagers enjoy things. It's okay. Why must we especially dunk on things that teenage girls like? Because that feels so common. Good riddance. Anyway, that is one thing that's nice about not interacting with bigger fandoms like the popular spaces. You don't see as many annoying people. And you know what? Maybe your ships don't show up as often because they freaking suck. Because your straight ship sucks. There are a couple good ones, I guess. Just in general. But also, like, I feel like in general, queer shipping, just like as a concept, is more popular. Because if you want to see straight people content, you can go literally anywhere. There's so much of it that exists. You can get whatever you want in any flavor. It's out there. If you want something queer flavored, your options are severely limited. So it's like, well, I guess I have to make it for myself. And if you're making it for yourself, you might as well take something that you like and add some flavor to it, you know? Anyway, that's my conspiracy theory. There's probably other reasons, but meh. I think people should do what they want, actually. I think this Pidgey should also show up and be, like, green-yellow. Especially because my tummy hurts and I don't know how much longer I want to withstand it. It's an especially interesting experience being in a homophobic gay fandom, which is a strange thing. But in my brain, what I'm saying is in a fandom where there's a lot of queer people, but there's also a lot of homophobic people at the same time. Harkening back to yesterday's conversation, this is about Danganronpa, because I feel like it is so evenly split, at least when I was like actively looking at fandom spaces. You would have people so actively vitriolic against the popular gay ships. And then when the straight ones pop up, it's like, oh wow, this is great. The double standard is quite apparent, but then, of course, just a lot of queer stuff in the Danganronpa fandom exists, and it's like, how are we coexisting in the same space at the same time? This is so very strange. Why are you making me look at Nigiri? No flavored, no sauce, boring, basic. I don't like either of them. That's my hashtag personal vendetta against Saimatsu. It's fine in theory, but I have a personal vendetta against it. I don't want to feel like a hypocrite by saying that I find the fans in general insufferable. Because I'm like, why would you let a fan dictate what you think about the thing? But I don't like how it's depicted a lot of the time. I think it's so boring and flavorless. You could do better. You can make it more interesting. A relationship between two bisexuals should not be this hetero-coded. Even if they are in a straight passing relationship. I have Shuichi on the mind because Shuichi merch being made. Stop. And it comes with... You can take off the hat. Well, surely Nigiri dies. Don't answer that. First of all, her name is Kirigiri, not Nigiri. She's also called Kyoko. But I'm used to Kirigiri, so... Might want to go play it myself. I'm not telling you if she lives or dies. I just said that Naegiri is a popular ship. It's a ship name. Because the main character is named Naegi, Makoto Naegi. And then we have Kyoko Kirigiri, who's another one. You've probably seen her around. I feel like she's pretty popular. The most popular Danganronpa characters are like her, Junko, I guess, Nanami from the second game, Komaeda from the second game. I want to say Kokichi, but I'm like... It's a coin flip if people like him or not. And if you don't like him, tisk tisk, you have bad taste. There you do. What? Go. Oh. It's like some characters just feel so ubiquitous that I'm surprised when people don't know them. And then it's like, wait a minute, some people aren't weebs. Of, of course you've not seen Hatsune Miku. But at the same time, how the fuck have you not seen Hatsune Miku before? I'd probably recognize her. Probably. At least you'd probably recognize the bear. Everyone knows Monokuma. If you know anything about it. Wait, why in the world? So they're releasing new stuff for like in the Danganronpa 2 universe. Why the hell isn't one of the pre-order bonuses the sorry I'm born stupid sticker? Or sorry I was born stupid. I would put that on my sketchbook. I'd love that sticker. I'm sorry I was born stupid. They got some silly stuff in there. God, I need to add more Danganronpa songs to the playlist. The soundtracks go insano mode. They're so good. And the other bears? The other bears are in Game 3. And Game 2 has a rabbit. She's Monami. I forget what the bears in 3 are called, because there's like 5 of them. I think there's a Monotaro. He might be the red one. But I think they're called like the Kuma kids. Kuma cubs, something, I don't know. They're annoying. But like, story-wise, lore-wise, it makes sense that they exist, and I like that they exist because it reinforces the whole thing that V3 is, which is really funny. So it's funny from a meta perspective, but textually they are very annoying. I counted it ahead of time. Give me my bird. No. Soft resetting right now. What if I did do a soft reset? That's how I got the Rattata. That's definitely how the RNG works. And it's not just randomly rolling. And you're rolling a dice with 8,192 sides on it, and you want it to land on 8,192. You're probably not going to get it on your first try. Although it would be really cool. I can make a clip. Anyways, if you do end up playing Danganronpa, don't look up anyone's names. Because if they die, it'll be one of the first things that'll pop up. It'll be like, blank blank dead. Name execution. Don't do it. Although on that, watching the anime being like 12 or 13 at the time was so funny because everyone jokes about how obvious the first trial of the first game is, and I had no clue. Call me the unobservant the way I don't be observing. But when you play the game and you have to like investigate specific things, it is probably... You're probably more likely to connect the dots, let's just say. It is... It was a fandom meme for a reason, because it's very silly. Same with Octagon. Fucking Octagon, that trial is bonkers. Talking about the fourth one from the second game. Oh, that whole segment is so fucking weird. And then it's followed up by the best one. Almost the best trial in the series. But it's no 3-5. What a shame. Oh yeah, ads start soon. I've stopped saying it now that Saribot pops up in chat to say ad break starting soon. Because it's like, well, if you care, you probably see it popping up. Bing. Ugh. Why am I so tired? I even slept fine last night. Am I just tired for funsies? Rat. I've spent days on this goddamn route. Days. I mean days in terms of hours. Multiple. More like 2. I've spent 2 days on this route. It's a good thing that the other NPCs can't judge me. What the hell is this kid doing running back and forth in the grass? He's not moved for 2 days. What are they doing? Is it okay? No, I'm not okay. I don't have my stupid yellow bird. I still find humor in the fact that still people they're hunting their starters. And my starter is the thing that people probably have caught like hundreds and hundreds of in ZA by now. It can't get longer than this. No, you don't understand. It can. I'm not even at odds, and I could go very over odds. I think my longest 8192 hunt so far went to like 11,000, which is over odds by a few thousand, but it's not like double over odds. And my longest hunt ever in terms of numerical is like 15k. It can go longer. Kids have been ranting about some kind of piss rat. No, they haven't. Don't you know piss bird is all the rage these days? Everyone's talking about piss bird. The kids got limited edition piss bird merch. You got the little bag charms. You got the blind boxes. People are going after the chrome edition. Piss rat is so last week. Are Labubus even relevant anymore? That's what I was trying to think about. It's so funny because, oh my god, they're trying to get me to play HSR again because they're adding my second favorite character from Honkai Impact 3rd, Yai Sakura, into the game. I don't know if she's called Yai Sakura, but it is her. And she has a fucking Labubu. Like, a literal Labubu. It's not literally it, but it's shaped the exact same. And it's like in one of those plastic cage clamshell thingies. I'm like, what the hell? But also it's my girl Yai, so she can't do anything wrong and I love her. And it makes me so sad that she's trapped in this game. And she can't be running off into the sunset with her girlfriend, Colin, who is my favorite. Because they hate Colin. And they hate me as a result. Typical piss bird wagoner, piss rat is still the best. No, you don't even understand. I've been a piss bird enjoyer before it even got popular. Now all these people are trying to talk it up, but I've been there for day one. I've seen a Labubu's even out here. I mean, that's good because that means that the people who bought them are using it and they're not just like collecting it because they see that it's popular. Well, maybe they do, but they're still actually using it. Then again, the next major city is only 30 to 40 minutes away. I don't think I've ever seen a Labubu IRL. Like someone using one as a bag charm. I've seen bag charms, just not that one. I have my Tatsugiri. And I guess my 3 freaking Neopets Bruces. Do I go to the place again tomorrow to see if I can get a different one and risk getting a 4th one of the same? I'm still undecided. Rat. I had a terrible vision. What if I come to stream next Tuesday and it's the same layout, but you see the number is at like 10,000? And I go, gang, I got some bad news. I haven't gotten Pissbird. Maybe it's mad that I'm calling it Pissbird. It's because other people call it, and I say what other people say without even wanting to sometimes. It's just yellow. Anything but a fourth one. It depends if other people have gone to that same location and they're through with that layer of the container that the boxes came in because they don't come shuffled. And I'm like, okay, well, what are the odds of that versus nobody came in because the collab is ending in a couple days, so they assume that it's out of stock. I assumed this one to be out of stock because I'm like, well, it's by the Metro, so that's probably why it was sold out first, because it's more easily accessible. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water. My body is not cooperating with me right now. I don't feel that great. I'd feel better if that Pidgey was yellow. Golden yellow. But a little bit moldy because it reads a little green to me. At least Pidgeot reads yellow. I'm such a fake orange and green liker or disliker. Looking on my ZA team, so many things were green or orange. But that's just how shit works out. And if I did get a fourth one, I'd just have to figure out what to do with them. I'd have to sell at least one. I'd feel bad. At 300 or 5,300, I might take a little break. And if I continue to feel bad, perchance calling it, and then I'll just like lay in bed and still look for bird, and then I'll get it immediately, because that's how it works. I like how I added so many Kirby songs, and it feels like I've not gotten a single one except for the one that I started on. No, wait, no, we got one other one. I added so many. And by so many, it's probably like 30 to 40, which is still a lot. Oh wait, ads just started. I'd feel bad about having a break then. I actually have to get to uploading these VODs so badly. I'm running out of storage on my computer, but I'm so behind. And once again, I have no idea what to do for the thumbnails of these drawing videos for my unfinished ass drawings. It sucks. Reshiram. Reshiram, please bring me luck. No one loves Reshiram like I love Reshiram. Please. I feel like I've talked about it before, but have I recently? It has always confused me why Reshiram is the one that N is depicted with the most. Like, on one hand, I appreciate it because, of course, I love Reshiram and I love N. So two good things at the same time. But at the same time, It makes no sense to me why he's most depicted with the truth Pokemon when the whole game it feels like he's pursuing his ideal world that he's trying to enact using Team Plasma. Zekrom fits him ideologically way more. You can't argue with me. You could say, oh, he's also fighting for what he thinks is true. Yeah, but it's not true. That's the point of the game. So it makes way more sense for him to have Zekrom. Unfortunately, I hate Zekrom. So if this were the case, it would suck because then there would be a ton of official artwork of him with Zekrom and not Reshiram, but it still makes no sense to me. It feels like they're canonizing Pokemon White, which makes me go grr, because I like black, because it has Reshiram. Give me Reshiram. Things that nobody care about except for me because I am Zekrom's biggest hater. Yeah. You know what? But Zekrom haters, you should get mad too. They nerfed your guy so badly. It doesn't look as bad in Gen 5 because its head is huge, but in Generation 6 and beyond, that thing looks jank as hell because its head is so tiny. It's so tiny, little pea head-sized Zekrom. It looks so bad. Why did they do it? They did it to Reshiram too, but it doesn't look as bad on Reshiram. I still think it looks the best in Gen 5. Maybe it's because it has like the long feathery things on its head, but it doesn't look as disproportionate. Zekrom looks bald. It looks bald and its head looks... It looks like you threw it in the washing machine and it shrunk in the dryer. Poor Zekrom. They also did it to Lugia, and I think Lugia still looks fine, but it looks better with a bigger head. Why did they do this? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about this. I'm the only one who I've seen talk about this. They made Pidgey less scrungly. If you look at the model that Pidgey uses in current games, it looks so neat and tidy. But in this game, it looks so scrungly. It looks extra scrungly in like Ruby and Sapphire. Alright, last encounter before little break time. What a surprise, it's a normal rat. Normal rat. Anyways, I will take a few minutes of break, see if I feel any better, and then we will see what happens. Okay? Okay. I'm back, and I think I feel alright enough to keep going at least for a little bit. The bird is calling to me. I don't know how many times I can emphasize that I need this bird. I need to get this bird now, actually. Or maybe my body is just freaking lying to me. That would be a little dumb. You know what? I can't even lean back in my chair at all because my microphone would be too far away unless I want to like be holding it constantly. And I don't think that would work because there's absolutely no way that I could hold it consistently. There's no shot. So I just have to get the bird so I can lay down if I need to. Maybe I should be leading with Denny's. Maybe the yellow bird is insecure because we've been making fun of it by accident. It's really insecure. It's been made fun of its whole life because it's yellow and all of its peers are not yellow. So it doesn't wanna come out. It's closeted. Closeted yellow bird. So we need to show the yellow bird that it's okay to be yellow. We love the color yellow. God, the animation is gonna make it take longer. But yellow understands yellow. Yellow respects yellow. Surely this will not attract another yellow rat. God, there's one extremely funny thing that could happen right now. But if it worked, surely it would see that I am also partially yellow. God, it looks so green. It looks so green with my blue light filter on because my yellows are more orange adjacent. These yellows are more green adjacent. Yellow is such a weird color. It's so good though. This one looks like stale cheese. And I am yawn. Yellow. Doesn't it know that I'm, ironically enough, I'm collecting a team of mostly yellow shinies. Because shiny Arcanine is yellow, shiny Flareon is yellow and orange. And I'd say shiny Rhydon is yellow. Like, it's a weird gray yellow, but it is yellow to me. What other color would you call it? And yeah, Venomoth and Nidoking are both blue. So I have a yellow and blue team. What pride flag is yellow and blue? Pansexual has yellow and blue, but it also has pink. So who's the pink? I could say I could be the pink. But I'm purple right now. They're purple for an amazing reason. I need to brush up on my lore. Lore being what the hell those flags look like. Ah. At least it's not my green and orange team from ZA. I'm still not over that, by the way. So funny how that turned out. I'm such a fake hater. Oh yeah, wait, one thing I wanted to say earlier while talking about ZA or talking about hunting Nickit. I've seen so many people be like, I'm bored of hunting in hyperspace because all you do is spam teleport or spam teleport to the fly point or spam teleport to the across like the zippies. Like it transports you far away and then you just hit A a bunch until a shiny spawns. And I'm like, you do realize that you don't have to do these if you don't want to. You can still do the runaways. You can do soft resets. I like the soft resets the most. But like, nobody's forcing you to do this if you don't like it. So stop doing it. I don't know, it's a very strange sentiment to me. Because I like the soft resets because it kind of feels like a horde encounter to me, and I really like horde encounters. Because if you find a group of 6 in hyperspace, or if you find a group of things in hyperspace, it's very likely that they'll be in like a group of 6, which is basically a horde plus 2, or plus 1. I can't do math, ignore me. The only bad thing is that I guess the loading screen is a little long, but you're seeing 6 encounters per reset. That's pretty fast. And you don't have to worry about things aggroing on you. You don't have to worry about your donut running out. You don't have to worry about loading up a backup save. It's just very chill. Dare I say, it's probably the chillest soft reset on the Switch 1. Simply because all the other ones involve very, very long loading screens for very little reward. Very long loading screens. God. I wanna switch too. Everyone playing Pokopia still. Is that game like Animal Crossing? Oh no. Oh yeah, that's gonna be difficult. Sometimes I button mash A, but because little Denny's over here isn't the strongest, she's not gonna be able to go faster than everything in Oko them. So she's just gonna take damage. Whereas Helpy would just kill them. Why am I so yawn? And I even need to wake up early tomorrow if I wanted to go to the store. I'm still fucking mad. Ugh. Why won't this place consider my freaking appointment request? What's the point of having a fucking application where everything's tracked and you can make appointments if you're not going to even schedule me in for anything? It's so dumb. Just say you have to make a phone call at that point. Don't piss me off. You're back? Welcome back. I also kind of just got back. All right, water drinking again. I'm being mad at this stupid app that the doctor's office uses. And which has some good elements, but scheduling through it just doesn't seem to work. For whatever fucking reason. What's the point of having it there if you're not going to even accept my requests? And you don't even have, like, a phone number readily, like, visible if I want to call you because you keep denying my fucking requests and you don't tell me that you're denying my requests. At least tell me that it's being denied so I can know that you saw it. Annoying. Anyways, I'm hoping that my yellow rat will attract the yellow bird because they will see that they are both yellow and they can be friends. Because yellow respects yellow, of course. That's why most of my team will be yellow. Hopefully. We'll see. Bink. And we get to see the swagless Gen 3 shiny sprite. Or the shiny sparkle. It's astounding what a downgrade these shiny sparkles are from Gen 2. They have no pizzazz, no aura, no nothing. The Gen 2 shiny sparkles are like almost perfect. They're kind of the best ones. My only complaint is that if you have photosensitive epilepsy, you probably don't like that the screen flashes before the shiny sparkle happens. Makes perfect sense to me. No. The lore is that maybe Shiny Pidgey is really insecure about being yellow. Because it's the only yellow one and its friends make fun of it for being yellow. So we're showing it that yellow is okay. The sparkles also stop you from mashing A to escape. I mean, I can't mash A to escape regardless. I have to navigate down and over. If anything, they add a couple seconds to each encounter, which is a little annoying. But you know what? At least the Gen 3... I was gonna say, at least the Gen 3 Shiny Sparkle isn't as swagless as, like, the Gen 6 Shiny Sparkle. But one nice thing about the Gen 6 Shiny Sparkle is that if you're not paying full attention to your screen, the edges of the screen dim a little. So if you'll probably notice the screen dimming in your peripherals, like it gets a little vignette around it, which is nice. And the Gen 7 shiny sparkles are also extremely swagless. Which is kind of sad. They're so lame. I was gonna say, they really peaked in Gen 2 and Gen 4. But then, they're also really good in BDSP. But that they probably take very much from the Gen 4 shiny sparkles. I swear to God this song already played today, but it's fine. And then I guess I like the ones in ZA. The ZA ones are pretty good, actually. The one annoying thing is that I wish they would still have a shiny sparkle aura after they've been caught. I understand in theory, probably because it would get really annoying to have a shiny out following you and it was constantly making the sound. But it would be cool if it was constantly glittery. I worked hard for that thing. Even if you didn't work hard for that thing, it's so cool. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of rat. Denny's. We're trying to attract a bird, remember? Yeah, like that one. Yellow bird. I want to see you today, please. Okay, I'm definitely not getting to 6K today, by the way. I'll go like 5.5K max. It hates my summoning circle. G. Because my little Pombon is covering the name. Pombon is so cute. I'm so glad people are putting respect on Gekwa's name, by the way. because seeing Gekwa, it didn't register at first. But then it was like, oh, wait a minute. Gekwa kind of gives off the same energy as Poplio. And if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you don't. But people hated Poplio back in the day. Frankly, ridiculous amounts of hatred for a little seal. Or is it a sea lion? I'm not sure. Or this little critter. I'm glad people are calling her cunty LPS lizard. Like, all right, yeah, slay. Love that. We're finally developing taste, or maybe it's just that I'm in more generally accepting spaces. So we don't have vitriol for the clown seal. Let it be known. This is a Poplio safe space. I love Poplio. What a little baby. If you hate Poplio, you have no fun and whimsy. Okay, humor me real quick. Surely if I click shuffle again, it'll shuffle to something different. Bam. What was I even saying? Probably something like, Pidgey, please be shiny. Pidgey, I want to leave Route 1. Pidgey, I will train you so that you can beat Brock all on your own. Maybe, probably, you might not be able to, but I will try my hardest. Even though you would be at a severe disadvantage. I would want you to do it. Helpy is back there as backup. That's why Helpy is here, to help us. And Denny's is here to den us, whatever that means. Oh yeah, Poplio hate. I've not seen a whole bunch of hatred on Gecko's name, which is good. Because I think it looks super cool. It's really cute as well. All of them are cute. Although, maybe part of that is also because I'm not looking at Twitter at all. Because Twitter just seems like a miserable spiral of making yourself miserable. Yes, I used the same word twice. A misery spiral. I don't trust what Pokemon fans on Twitter have to say about it. That's the TLDR, I guess. And people finally realizing that Chikorita rocks, and we have to put some respect on its name. Finally. Is the tide turning? Are Pokemon fans becoming based? Wait, Pokemon is, in a way, might also be a homophobic gay fan base. Simply because it's so big. I feel like there has to be so many losers. So many losers who just hate everything and hate people. But there's also so many gay people here. There's so many trans people here. The gays love the pocket monsters, but there's also a lot of loser normies. Or is it just that the fandom is miserable and people will never be happy and we have to argue about everything? I'm tired. It was so exhausting during Swish. It was exhausting during Scarlet and Violet. And it was exhausting, especially for a different reason than from all of y'all. Because you know I need to bring up that I don't like Legends Arceus whenever I can. Because it cannot be emphasized enough. And it was like, wow, they really took a step in the right direction with Legends Arceus, and then Scarlet and Violet sucks, and it's like, no. Arceus also sucks. In fact, it sucks more. At least Scarlet and Violet has a story and characters. Okay, that's a lie. Legends Arceus has 2 characters. It has Volo and it has Ingo. My goat, Ingo. And once again, most obvious twist villain in the world, Volo. We pretend like it wasn't obvious. I called it from the moment that I laid eyes upon him. There's something not right with that man. And also, only one game introduced Enamorus. SMH my head. Enamorus pisses me off so much. We were talking about it earlier. Why is she like that? It definitely falls into, oh, we have to make sure everyone knows that this is the girl one. So we have to make her super duper pink. Don't piss me off. This is not saying you can't make them pink, but it's like, well, when you make them pink and you give them makeup and titties and all of this, that makes them so visually distinct from the group that they are supposed to be integrating themselves in, it just looks a little odd. Also, it's so weird because, like, we had the forces of nature and they were supposed to be, like, weather-based. Because you have, like, super windy, or, like, tornadoes and thunderstorms and whatever the fuck Landorus is supposed to be. And then you have the Herald of Spring. Like, they're supposed to be based off of seasons, but then that makes no sense. Because who would be winter? None of them! I think their Therian forms are supposed to be based off of, like, something from Chinese mythology. Because that's why Enamorus turns into like a soft-shelled turtle. But then the incarnate forms make no sense to me. They make no sense. I don't like them. That's also that. I don't like any of them to begin with, and then they did all this other stuff that I don't like and don't think makes sense. So I have to hate her. I'm sorry. It's because I hate the other three. Although I think the Therian forms are kind of cute. The soft-shelled turtle looks extremely goofy though. Yeah, I'm definitely ending at 5.5k. The body is not cooperating. Yeah, tiger, phoenix, and turtle. Wait, but there's 4 of them. What's the 4th one? I'm like, well, Landorus is probably the tiger. Thunderous... Wait, no, Tornadus is the phoenix. What the fuck is Thunderous? Is it also phoenix? Because I'm like, well, it is kind of bird-like, but it also is, like, kind of mammal-like. It's weird. It's my favorite one of the Therian forms, but it is like, what is this? If I had a nickel for every legendary group that was based off of something from Chinese mythology and or religions, I'd have 3, at least 3, because we have the Treasures of Ruin, the Forces of Nature, and the Tao Trio. There's probably more, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Why am I so sneeze? Oh yeah, that blue one. Maybe a dragon? Maybe. But I feel like if it's supposed to represent a Chinese dragon, don't they usually not have legs? Aren't they usually worms? Worm with a Y. Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of without wings. Sorry, yeah, they have legs and they have arms, but they don't have wings. So, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't feel long enough. But it would make sense just based off of dragons are commonly depicted, I guess. Sorry to the nation of China. I know you have a very rich historical history. Shut up. Stop talking. Ah! The blue one. Thunderous is the coolest one. Even though all of them are kind of lame. Thunderous honestly actually has a spot in hell because it got Thunder Wave nerfed. My favorite status move. They're usually clasping a pearl or something, like it's with their claws. I don't know enough about it to say usually, but I guess that is a thing. Can the next Legends game be set in Unova and it be in the past and be about the original dragon, please? I want to see it. Also, okay. I don't think it worked. God damn it. I was gonna say, I'm gonna call it at 5,400 because I'm feeling extra bad. I think I don't lead with Denny's next time. I think she cursed me. Yellow is not okay. It's only okay on birds. And now, well, at least I get to keep the shorter recording, I guess. Well, let's catch it. What do we name the second rat? Yay, I got a second rat. I'm so happy about this information. Wait, no, I didn't mean— oh, no. I was mashing B by accident. Well, yeah, don't look at the time on my file. Don't look at the time on my file. Don't look at the time on my file. As has been foretold. Shut up! I have 2 rats! The second piss rat. All right, nature guesses. Anyway, Denny's, you're being banished to slot 2 in my party. Helpy, come back. I can't believe I got another rat. Nature guesses. I'm guessing gentle. She's gay mild. We have Rat Yuri. We can rename it later? Yeah, but like a lot later. I have to rename it in Lavender Town, so I'll have to get Nidoking first, which is probably gonna take a while. Man. Well, it's another under odds phase, I guess. But honestly, is that even a good thing? Is it even a good thing that it's over or under odds? Because that means that I've not gotten over odds yet. And I still haven't gotten what I wanted. Is that a bad sign for my next phase? My liege, a second piss rat has hit the party. God. Well, I guess I can evolve one of them. No, they have to both be Rattata. I want it to be Rat Yuri. They are girlfriends. Okay, so when we get to Lavender Town, what should her name be so we can give her an honorary name? I'm trying to think of other, like, diners that exist. I'm like, I don't know. Also, I feel ill. I need to lay down. Yeah, if y'all don't have any suggestions, I would like to end stream now. Woof. Not because of the rat, by the way. I just feel bad. Maybe whatever I ate didn't agree with me. I don't know. I keep telling y'all that I'm gonna have the most underwhelming shiny reactions, and I need you to believe me. IHOP? It'll be considered. I'll think about it. I am interested in it being somewhat matching. Let me just make sure that I saved. At a similar number to the other one, too, is kind of crazy. All right. That's a good stopping point. So I'll end the recording there.